Hello, this is Gina Garcia with IHM Realty. Today is Saturday, and this is my weekly email. So I'm going to go over a couple things with y'all. Last time we talked about the market and what was going on with prices and houses and things like that. So this week I wanted to go over the values because if you did receive something in the mail, and I was hoping that I got mine in the mail so I could show you, but there is what's called an assessment. It's going to be a form that assesses your value for your home. If you receive that in the mail and your value is more than what it was last year, then let me know because that is going to tell you right there that your value has gone up. Plus, that means your taxes are going to go up. So I don't know how much that could be. I mean, I've seen taxes go up really super high, and I've seen taxes come down. So it's like, well, from one year to the next, sometimes we just don't know. So if you do get your assessment form in the mail, which is coming any day now, you will see whether your value on your house is more than what it was last year. And it'll show it in there. It'll show it in your assessment form. But if you see that your value is more, let me know because Erica, my loan officer, will be able to help you to be able to figure out how to fight that so that you can bring those taxes down, okay? And you can fight your taxes so that you're not looking at your taxes and your monthly payment go up because once your taxes go up, your payment's gonna go up. So I hope that you pay attention to your mail for the next few days or the next couple of weeks because you're going to be getting that form. And it's going to tell you how much your value of your home is. And that is going to be based, your taxes are going to be based on that new value. Okay. So it happens every year. I mean, you just got to get used to it, but pay attention to that because you will see something like that come in your mail here. Also want to talk about pricing. If you're in the position right now to price your home to get it to sell and you're trying to get it on the market so you can sell. I've been doing this for 26 years. I'm going to 27 years in June. And I have tried so hard to tell people that you need to price your home right. And when you don't do that, you end up setting yourself up for failure. And I think a lot of times people think like, well, I'm going to price it a little higher so that way I could go ahead and, negotiate it down. I wish that were the case. I really wish that were the case. And I hear that all the time. And I've been hearing that for 20 years or so that, oh, buyers are going to bring my price down. Well, there couldn't be anything further from the truth here. Because even in this day and age, and every buyer that goes and looks at a house, if the price is just too high, it's out of their ballpark, they're not even going to bother to make an offer. And I wish that were the case because I reach out to agents who showed my properties and tell them, look, make an offer, make an offer. That's all you can do. And you never know. We can always meet in the middle and make something happen. But when you price your house 10% over the market value because you're trying to test the market or you're trying to see if you can get more, it's going to put you in the market twice as long. And I can't tell you, and I kid you not, I cannot tell you how many sellers have learned the hard way that you need to price your house where the market is at. And in some cases, you need to price it about 3 to 5% under the market so that you can get buyers in the door to look at the home. In most cases, if you price it right in that 3 to 5% under market value, you're going to get so many buyers in the door and you will have people competing with each other. And I know the fear is I don't want to lose money. I don't want to leave money on the table. But when you have it too high, you're leaving your house on the market and no one's doing anything. No one's making an offer. No one's doing nothing because they just don't want to take a chance on that price. And as much as we'd like to believe that, yes, a buyer will come in, drop our price, do all this, I'll do that, it's not happening. There's too many buyers out there that are worried about their payments, worried about the interest rate, worried about, Iran, worried about the media, worried about everything, that they're just not doing it. And so I want to make this clear. You want to price your home at least right under the market. I'd say 3 to 5%. If you want to do it, do minimum 3% right under the market value. Stay within that ballpark because at least you get the showings in the door, you get people looking at the home, and more chances than none, they're going to actually write an offer because it's closer to where the market value is at. If you're too far off, if you're 5 to 10% over the market value, I mean, yes, you're going to probably have some showings because people love the property and they're excited, but they're not going to make an offer. they're not going to make an offer. And that's where I think it pains me, because I am constantly chasing agents to get feedback, chasing agents to find out what's going on, chasing agents to say, hey, make an offer, and just, not getting anything positive back, So I market properties really well. I do open houses like crazy, and I try to make sure that I get as much feedback as I can. But it is really, really tough, this market, to be able to get feedback, for one, and to be able to get a buyer to just take a chance, and write up an offer. So, I mean, pricing your house is just, it's a science, for one, okay? Because not any realtor out there can just price the house. They have to pay attention to the market. They have to read the trends, pay attention to what's going on with the houses around you, and see what's happening. It's not pricing your house one day and then waiting through 3, 4 months or 3, 4 weeks or whatever, and then deciding to drop a price. It's paying attention to the market, paying attention to what's going on in the market, what's happening, what are prices doing, what are sellers doing, what are other sellers doing, and watching that trend. I constantly am in the market every day, watching what's going on. I'm watching what's happening. I'm watching, what other people are doing as far as sellers go. I'm watching where prices are going. I'm watching what's selling, what concessions are being done. I'm watching what builders are doing, because I have to compare all that stuff against my listing. I have to compare all those different issues, all those different things that are happening against my listing, and make sure that I'm still in a competitive mode. I can't just put my house on the MLS and forget it and say, okay, what's there? It's on the MLS. I have to pay attention to the market so that I know that my house is always competitive. So I'm not a realtor that just sits around and lets my house just fade into the dark. I watch the market and I watch what's going on, because I don't want it to be stale. And if you as a seller want to try to test the market and see how it could do, I'll do it all day long, but I'm letting you know that it's not a good idea to do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to sit twice as long. You're going to sit twice as long. You may not even sell it. You may even stay on the market forever before you even get maybe a considerable offer. And in most cases, you may not get the offer you even want. So pricing the market, pricing it right, pricing it within 3 to 5% of the market is going to sell it quicker. You're going to make more money, because you're not going to hold on to the house 5, 6, 7, 8 months. You're not going to be doing the maintenance. You're not going to be taking care of the yard, but you're going to have it sold and done, and you can move on. So take that into account, because even though you say, well, I'm going to hold on for the right price, I'm going to wait, as long as it takes to get me the price. In the meantime, you still got to make sure that house looks great. You still got to go check on it. You still have to make sure the yard looks good. You still got to take care of the maintenance. You still have to have the electricity on. You still have to make sure the plumbing is doing good. Everything still has to look perfect. So you have to make sure that home looks great while you are waiting for that perfect offer. And I guarantee you that if you're waiting 6, 7, 8 months, you're not going to get that full price offer, because someone is still going to come in and they're going to be like, well, you've been on the market a while. I'm going to go ahead and give you 10,000 less or 20,000 less, and I still need closing costs. And at that point, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to wait another 6, 7, 8 months? Or are you willing to meet in the middle or do something with the buyer, because you already paid for all the maintenance for the last few months, and now you're still having to take less than what you had the house listed at? So I've been through this so many times. I've been doing this so long that I can tell you how things are going to pan out. And this has been a very unpredictable market. I see it happen all the time. And I just want people to be aware that I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for so long, and I know what I'm doing. When I price a house, I try very hard to be spot on with my pricing. And I kid you not, 9 times out of 10, the house is priced and they sell at the price that I say they're going to sell it. So take it from me, follow my lead, hear what I'm saying, because I know what I'm talking about. For someone who's been doing it full time for 27 years, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, whatever you want to call it, I've been doing it for a long time, and this is what I do for a living. So if you have any questions about marketing your house or what to do, that's what I'm here for. I help get these houses set up. I help them get out on the market. I do the open houses. I get the exposure on these houses so that they can get the best light. And so So I just, pricing a house is really important, to me. And I want to make sure that I do you right as a seller, and make sure that I can get as many buyers in the door so that we can get the home sold quickly. And I go by the market. I go by the market. I check the stats. I check the houses in the area every week. I check and I see what's going on. I see what's happening with builders. I see what's happening with pre-owned homes. I check every so often. So if you have any questions and you want to sit down and talk about what your plan is and how you're trying to get something structured, I can show you what to do. Like I said, I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm very honest. I'm very upfront about things, and I will show you the proof of what's happening in the market so that you could see what I see. And if you decide you still want to go your way, well, we'll try it your way. We'll try it your way for 30 days. If it doesn't work, then we're going to try it my way and sell it quickly. Okay, so I'm very fair, but I also want to make sure you understand that if your way doesn't work, then we need to go back and do it my way. So I hope that this is an understanding that the type of realtor I am, that I try to make sure I do right by sellers, and I do the best I can, and I price houses efficiently to get the homes sold quickly. So anyhow, look in the mail. Look in the mail for your assessment value, your assessment form, because, like I said, if your values are higher this year, your tax values are higher, do call me, because my loan officer Erica Slayton can take care of that and help you all day long to fight that, to get those taxes down so that your payments don't go up. Because I guarantee you they will go up if your value is more. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. You can give me a call, you can send me a text, or reply back to this email. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.